Anthony Geary, at the age of 78, stands as a figure whose life and career embody both extraordinary achievement and deep, personal tragedy, a combination that makes his story profoundly heartbreaking. Known worldwide for his legendary portrayal of Luke Spencer on General Hospital, Geary became a cultural icon, earning multiple Daytime Emmy Awards and captivating generations of fans with a character who was complex, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Luke Spencer was not merely a soap opera figure. He was a revolutionary character in daytime television, blending humor, romance, and moral ambiguity in ways that challenged conventional storytelling. Geary's commitment to his craft was absolute. Decades of long hours on set, relentless dedication to scripts, and the intense emotional demands of inhabiting such a layered character defined his professional life. Yet, behind the camera and beyond the applause, Geary's personal journey was far more tumultuous and sorrowful than the world could see. The pressures of fame, which brought him admiration and acclaim, also exacted a steep toll, demanding sacrifices that few could fully understand. Relationships strained under the weight of his career's demands, personal milestones were often missed, and a private sense of loneliness accompanied the public adoration he received. The very qualities that made Geary so compelling on screen, his intensity, his emotional vulnerability, and his capacity for authenticity, also exposed him to immense emotional strain in real life. The tragedy of Geary's life is heightened by the stark contrast between the vibrancy of his on-screen persona and the quiet struggles he faced behind closed doors. Despite being celebrated for decades, he confronted the universal challenges of aging, mortality, and the gradual shift from professional relevance to the quieter, sometimes isolating rhythms of later life. For someone whose identity had been so entwined with performance and public recognition, these transitions were not just practical challenges but deeply emotional ones, stirring reflection, regret, and sometimes sorrow. In addition to the pressures of his career, Geary endured personal losses and family difficulties that further complicated his life. These experiences were magnified by the constant attention of the public and the media, making private grief and disappointment a subject of public speculation. Unlike many others who retreat from the spotlight, Geary's life had always been lived under scrutiny, leaving him little sanctuary from judgment or expectation. What makes his story particularly tragic is not merely the hardships themselves, but the way they intersect with a legacy of remarkable talent and accomplishment. Geary's contributions to television were transformative, yet even monumental achievement could not shield him from the emotional and personal costs that accompany a life devoted to work, performance, and public admiration. The heartbreak of Anthony Geary's journey is further deepened by his enduring resilience and dedication despite these challenges. Even as he faced physical aging, personal losses, and the shifting dynamics of the entertainment industry, he maintained a commitment to his craft and a loyalty to the audience that had adored him for decades. His story is a testament to both the glory and the burden of excellence, highlighting how a life of creativity and public success is inseparable from vulnerability and human complexity. The narrative of Geary at 78 ultimately serves as a sobering reminder that fame, talent, and recognition, while celebrated, cannot eliminate personal hardship or shield one from the trials of life. It emphasizes the need to look beyond the surface of public personas and to recognize the human experiences that shape them: loss, solitude, sacrifice, and the quiet moments of struggle that unfold away from the spotlight. Anthony Geary's life at this stage is heartbreaking precisely because it juxtaposes the brilliance of his accomplishments with the private difficulties that are often invisible to fans. His story illustrates that the life of an icon, no matter how admired, is deeply human, filled with triumphs, setbacks, joys, and sorrows. At 78, Anthony Geary remains a symbol of enduring talent and a reminder of the emotional cost of a life spent in the public eye, a life in which personal tragedy and professional triumph coexist in a way that is both inspiring and profoundly moving. His legacy, therefore, is not just in the awards he has won or the characters he has immortalized, but in the resilience he has shown, the vulnerability he has navigated, and the indelible mark he leaves as a human being whose brilliance was always intertwined with heartbreak.